So, welcome back everybody to the HenzPlayz channel. How are we all doing? Well, besides getting copyright strikes for rock band streams, I think I'm doing alright. Um, so, if you're a avid viewer of this channel, or you've been watching for a while, you'll know that I did a series just over a year or so ago called HenzRantz. It was where I take a topic in the gaming space and sort of shine some common sense onto it, where everybody was freaking out over something that wasn't necessarily something to freak out over. Whilst this isn't exactly, well, this is sort of the same thing, but I'm not going to label it as a HenzRantz. I'm just going to call it just what it is, just a bit of a rant. And I apologise if I'm a bit rusty at it, because I haven't done one of these in a while. But I just want to start off by saying, I was right. And I said this in one of the first ones I actually did of my HenzRantz. You know what? Fuck it. This is a HenzRantz. I said this way back with one of the first ones with X-Defiant, where I was trying to say that streamers, like the big streamers like Tim the Tatman, Nick Mercs, Ninja, all those fellas, were ruining gaming, and they were basically just the carbon, like the thing that was wrong with the games. It wasn't the devs, it wasn't the game, it was the streamers. And lo and behold, we're at that exact same point again, and I was right the entire time. With Battlefield 6 being in its beta phase at the minute, which, holy fuck, the game is incredible. Call of Duty leaker, and known around the Call of Duty community, called the Ghost of Hope, put a tweet out yesterday, which I saw, and it was something along the lines of, like, I'm not at it in anyone specifically, but there has been Call of Duty streamers who have stated that they're only going to be going on to Battlefield for short-term gain and exposure. I fucking called it. People gave me so much shit for telling the obvious when it was the obvious and everybody wanted to deny it. Streamers are ruining gaming because all these COD people, and one of the prime examples, which I'm pretty sure everybody has been seeing going around, is XQC play Battlefield 6, thinking there should be a rank mode, complaining that there's no rank mode, complaining about the game is shit, complaining that the game is shit because it doesn't have a rank mode, and actively begging for one to be in the game at launch. Battlefield 6 is an Overwatch. It doesn't need a competitive mode. Not every single game needs a competitive mode. Look at how bad Fortnite's got with every single fucking game mode having a ranked component to it. It's unnecessary. It just creates bad fucking matchmaking. It just creates an over bloated goddamn game because, you know, you're just gonna have so many different ranks for everything. It's gonna be a lot for it to take care of. And even then, the ranked Fortnite doesn't matter anyway, because you can go on a curb stomp of a game and just still end up being in, like, bronze. So it's like, what's the point? But that's just an example of where it's bad. Battlefield doesn't need a rank mode. XQC does not need to come over into this game and start ruining it. And I know I've got Marvel Rivals gameplay in the background, because it's also very relevant to the same topic. All the Overwatch people coming over to Marvel Rivals trying to make the game like Overwatch. You know, if you want to play Overwatch, go fucking play Overwatch. I don't know why you would. The game is deader than fucking sin. Whereas Marvel Rivals is still thriving.
Oh, but the Steam charts show that the player count is it's just dropping heavily.
There's other platforms than Steam. If you can use Battle.net and console as an excuse for player counts on Overwatch, so can we. But then again, this isn't about the player counts. This is about these fuckers coming over this game, trying to ruin it, creating a toxic environment. And I've seen one of the... I'll ignore that. One of the prime examples is a streamer called Necros, who I've seen as a... I think he's like an Overwatch professional or something. He's come over to Marvel Rivals, and holy fucking shit, man, he has just made the game just so unfun to play, with his constant whining and bitching about players using certain characters, the whole healer strike thing. What a load of shit piss, you know? why are you bringing all this toxicity over to this game where it just clearly all started from your game? It's just one of those. It's again just falling into the same topic. The streamers are ruining the games that we are enjoying and playing by making them either overly competitive or toxic. And then we'll go back to the whole Battlefield and Call of Duty debate, which I've just started off this video about. They're all coming over to Battlefield, trying to start like metas and stuff. Battlefield's never had a meta. You've either got weapons that you like to use or weapons you don't like to use. It's very simple. You have like 80 odd weapons in Battlefield 4. There is weapons that are better than other weapons, but you're able to use whatever you want. Everything's feasible. Everything has reason to be used. You don't start labeling a game with this amount of weapons as to have one singular meta. It just makes no sense. Why would you do that? You've got one weapon that everyone's using, and then there's 84 odd that aren't going back to use. And I swear to God, if this means when Battlefield 6 launches, and it has like over 50 odd weapons, which it's supposedly going to have, about like 50 weapons at launch, if I only see like 2 weapons running around, I am going to make a sequel to this video and say it how it is. Just right again. And I don't know, man. We just need to stop having everybody listening to these streamers and stuff. It just makes no sense to do so. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. All they care about is just short-term gain, profit, money. There's no point listening to them. They just want to make the games like what they play already, just so they have another form of income. And then if the devs end up doing that, they'll just end up going back to whatever they're playing, and the game that they've just ruined is in the state. Say Necros goes back to playing Overwatch, he's done what he's done to my rivals. It's just going to leave a mess of a game for the people who actually love this game and want it to succeed, which it is still doing very, very well. Anyway, before I end up making a mess of this rant more than I have already, I'm going to end it here. I know this is the first one I've done in a while, but I just needed to get it all off my chest, telling everybody that I was correct about what I said fucking months ago about X-Defiant, how the COD streamers ruined that game. Do you remember that? Nah, you probably don't. You're probably all too busy buying AI slop on Black Ops 6. Anyway, this has been HenzPlayz. Leave a like for more, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.